Good morning, everyone. So glad to see you. We'd like to invite everyone to please stand as we sing our opening song, Come On In. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday to you all. We all know this song, so I want to hear everybody sing it nice and loud with me. Here we go. Standing outside the door of love and mercy, you wonder if there's a place there for you. You know there's peace inside, but still you're searching for someone who understands the pain you've been through. While the door's unlocked, the lights are on. What are you waiting for? Come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in. There we go. You'll find the place of rest in the arms of Spirit. God's waited so long for your homecoming day. God knows the peace you seek and the hurt you're feeling. Spirit wants to hold you and to wipe the tears away. While the Father waits with open arms, God is calling out your name. Come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in. Well, there's room enough in the house of love for someone just like you. Come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in. Come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, just come on in.
Good morning. Come on in. So the first time I came here and heard that song, that's it. You had me at hello. So I want to give you a warm welcome. And I would like for you to please also welcome everyone online because they're watching us on YouTube. Thank you. My name is Carmela Garone, and I have the honor of serving the Unity Movement through the Board of Trustees for Unity Worldwide Headquarters. And today we have Reverend Grace Telesco, today and for 3 other Sundays. Yeah. And I take this Sunday mornings as a celebration, and I'm all happy you're here to celebrate with me because we're beginning Women's Month, Women's History Month. And so in celebration, I want to remind everyone that we are here because of one woman. That one woman is Myrtle Fillmore. She's the co-founder of Unity Movement, and she healed herself through affirmative prayer. And so I'd like to invite Reverend Grace up to lead us in affirmative prayer.
Let's center in and reach out to our Creator, Source, the source of all that is. We thank you. We thank you, we thank you, we thank you for bringing us together, for providing this space, this sacred space, and this sacred time for us to connect in a very strong and powerful way. We open our minds, we open our hearts, we open our spirit to receive the nourishment that God's grace and mercy provide. And we say this with an affirmation and a proclamation. And together we say, Amen.
So, sometimes I'm tempted to sing a song, but I don't because we have great musicians here, led by James McCoy. James, who do we have today?
Good morning. So good to see all of you this morning. Would you please welcome with us once again at the piano and the keyboard, Mr. John Rose, Mr. Gertz Kuyak at the drum set once again, and our featured soloist is, of course, our newly expectant mother, Miss Samantha Natalie Wallace. And we have some good old praise and worship and a classic song from Yolanda Adams and a song we've never actually done here at Unity of Pompano. So
Looking forward to it. Thank you, James. So we know you have many choices of where you could be this Sunday morning, so I appreciate you all being here. Is there anybody here for the very first time? Thank you. So thank you for being here. So we will be giving you a form to fill out if you'd like to stay in touch with us. We won't share your information, but we'll let you know about all the wonderful things happening here. And is anyone here for the second time? No second timers. I'm sure there's third and fourth timers, though, so welcome, everyone. Thank you for being here. So we love our fellowship time together. We love to be with one another. So fellowship happens after the service in the other building through that breezeway. And today is very special because it's Lunch Sunday. And actually, I think Jim Patella even dressed up for Lunch Sunday today. And so we'll have some wonderful food together. And when you're in there, please stop into the bookstore. We have a wonderful bookstore with all kinds of Unity messages and books. So please check that out. It's in the Fellowship West. So I have something really special to talk about. Easter Sunday, we are having Reverend Linda Martella Whitsitt. So when Cynthia Roberts, our licensed Unity teacher, and I were talking about who would be speaking after Reverend Elizabeth left, we talked about Easter, and I said, okay, who do we get? And she said the name Reverend Linda Martella Whitsitt. And it was in my deepest wish that she would be here. So we were lucky that she agreed to come. Reverend Linda was the executive over Silent Unity until last November. And she also wrote the book, How to Pray Without Speaking to God, or I'm not sure if that's the name of the title, but yeah. And so she is the person in Unity that I think about when I think about affirmative prayer. And her style of prayer is so inspirational, so moving, and she transcends any religion. So if you love to pray the Unity way, do not miss Reverend Linda. She's a very special guest, and we are very blessed to have her. So she'll be doing the Easter service, and then she'll do a workshop. Please do not miss it because she is definitely special. Thank you. So Saturday, speaking of special, Saturday, March 9th, the Women of Unity, we have a wonderful women's group. So if you would like to check that out, please do. It meets, I think, the second Saturday every month. Right. So this month, we have Life is a Journey, Enjoy the Ride by our own Patty Kroonquist. And she will show us how to lead an active life, healthy in body, mind, and spirit. And that will gather in Fellowship Hall West as well, so don't miss that. Every first Wednesday of the month, we have John Spira leading a book club, and he always picks amazing books. This month, it's The Girl in the Letter. And then today, and the next 3 Sundays, we have Reverend Grace Telesco. And so I was reading her bio. There's a lot in here. And I was thinking, how do I introduce this amazing person? I thought, well, I can talk about her many roles. She is the presiding clergy at the Darshan Center for Spiritual Evolution. She is the co-founder and executive dean of Sacred Journey Interfaith Seminary. She's a professor of criminal justice at Nova Southwestern University, and she's the author of a book called Journey to Our Inner Mecca. Then I said, well, I can talk about her many degrees. And she's an ordained interfaith minister. She is an initiated sannyasi in the Hindu tradition. She has a PhD in social work, and she has a Master's of Art in Criminal Justice and a Master of Holistic Theology. So then again, that's all true. She's also, I can also talk about her being wife to Reverend Chris Drum and the mom to Pache, a beautiful dog. Yes, Pache. I was going to put a picture up of Pache, but I didn't get it in. And that's all true. But what I want to say about Reverend Grace and how I want to introduce her is as a friend to Unity of Pompano. We have been through a transition, and there were challenging moments. And every time I called Reverend Grace for help, support of any kind, she always said, "How can I help?" Yes, and so I want you to give a big thank you, a round of applause to Reverend Grace Telesco. Thank you.
All right, so we invite everyone to please stand. We're going to sing that song that says, "Everybody praise, I will pray." 1, 2, 3, 4, 1.
All right, let's clap our hands together. Here we go. Everybody praise, everybody praise, everybody praise, everybody praise, everybody praise, everybody praise, everybody praise. I will praise your name, and I will bless you always. I will praise your name today. I am gonna sing and shout it. I will sing and shout it. I will tell the world about it. I will praise your name today. I made my decision, no turning back for me. All glory I'm given, you're God of everything. I made my decision, no turning back for me. All glory I'm given, you're God of everything. I will praise your name, and I will bless you always. I will praise your name today. Come on now, sing and shout it. I will sing and shout it. I will tell the world about it. I will praise your name today. Your beauty unending, your grace has guarded me. All heaven, all glory, you're God of everything. Yeah, your beauty unending, your grace has guarded me. All heaven, all glory, you're God of everything. Oh, I will praise your name, and I will bless you always. I will praise your name today. Come on, sing with me. Here we go, and I will sing and shout it. I will tell the world about it. I will praise your name today. Here we go. I will. Yeah, I will. Sing it with me now. I will. Come on, sing it. I will. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I will. I will. I will. I will. Yes, I will. Oh, I will. I will. Yes, I will. I will. Oh, I will.
Note to self, don't wear heels when you're sitting down there. Okay, so in honor of Women's History Month, I'd like to invite Tracy Bridgham up to talk to us about women's history.
Thank you, Carmela. Hi, everyone. I'd like to talk about the journey. I think that epitomizes American women's history. And my particular lens is about labor, so I've tucked a few tidbits about that in here. Many of you probably have heard about what began in New York in 1848. And then gathered out, women also gathered in 1851. You may have heard of Sojourner Truth and Katie Stanton. But let's move on a bit. You're going to have to pardon me. We have little time. I want to mention 1906. That's when Unity first ordained ministers. 5 of them were women. Yay! In 1903, Mother Jones marched 125 miles to impact child labor laws. Right? What a journey for women here. Just pause and think about that. In 1919, the National Women's Party was formed. Now, I was going to pose it this way. What year was this the platform? Pay equality, no sexual discrimination in employment. Pass an Equal Rights Amendment to the Constitution. Was it 1972? Was it 2024? No, it was 1919. All right, this is about the journey, and it's about what is achieved along the way. 1972 to now, the ERA sought to amend the Constitution. 38 states are needed. 5 now want to rescind what they previously ratified. The deadline to ratify passed, but it was created by Congress, so legally, the argument is, well, if you created the deadline, why not waive it? The Supreme Court could address that question, but research suggests in 1939 there was precedent with the Supreme Court deferred to politics, which would be Congress. Let's defer opinions about Congress. Okay, so regardless of our sexual appearances and preferences, I hope you would agree that the path of women's history in America is about equity. It's about motivation from spirit. And I would suggest spirit is still working here and in us. Spirit moved the women in 1848 and in 1851. Again, for example, Sojourner Truth. She is known to be a woman. She was known as a woman of faith, a woman of racial justice and sexual equality. So I believe all here, we're formed to create change and equity. So as you look around at National Women's History, please heed your inspiration. Please remember that this path has been carried, has been navigated and set out for you. It is about the journey. Bear in mind as I close that Chinese proverb about the cracked jar filled with water. The goal was to navigate home and carry the water, but lo and behold, along the way towards that goal was the creation of flowers, the bees arrived, and honey was created. Let's keep that in mind. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, as you all know, we are in the process of searching for a new minister, and that process has already begun, and I think it's going great. And I would invite all of us to hold the highest consciousness as we do that, because that will draw in our perfect leader. And so I'd like to say this affirmation together. We see our new senior minister as the perfect fit for our community and its spiritual growth. We are grateful knowing that the process is now unfolding in divine order. Amen. That's right. And so today's daily word is grace. Reverend Grace thought it was about her, and it is about her. We have Grace here, and it's grace. Yes. So the grace of God surrounds and enfolds me. From the moment I greet the day to the moment I rest at night, I am enfolded in the grace of God. I find grace in the rhythm and the balance of the natural world. It is in the beauty of a sunrise and a sweet, gentle rain. I find grace in the sweet souls with whom I share this beautiful planet, the faces of my dear ones and others I meet throughout the day. Grace is the presence of God made manifest. As it does for the world around me, grace blesses my life as well. It is the unexpected kindness, the serendipity, the forgiven error. It is the assurance I carry in the deepest recesses of my soul that I am loved, treasured, and secure in the heart of God. And from 1 Timothy 1:14, and the grace of our Lord overflowed for me with the faith and love that are in Christ Jesus. And at this time, I'd like to call forward our prayer chest. The prayer chest contains all your prayer requests that will be prayed over here and then sent to Unity Village to be prayed over for 30 more days.
As the prayer chest comes forward, we'd like to begin a time of prayer and meditation by singing, "You Know the Truth Is You."
When you feel the light and love of God around you, you know the truth is you. As the light of God, the love of God surrounds you, you know the truth is you. Let the power of God, the peace of God inside you become the power, holy you. Become the peace, holy you. That is you. As the power of the Christ mind connects you, you know the truth is you. May divine intelligence inside you always guide you to the truth. Let the power of God, the peace of God inside you become the power, holy you. Become the peace, holy you. That is you. That is you. That is you.
As we get comfortable in our seats and we breathe in and out. Centering ourselves and grounding ourselves. feeling the divine presence. We listen to a message from Kabir when he says, "Surely the Holy One is not deaf. He hears the delicate anklets that ring on the feet of an insect as it walks." And as we continue to breathe in, we affirm and know that divine wisdom underlies all events. No change is without the possibility of benefit. No transition, however harrowing and difficult, fails to bring good. And we breathe in again, knowing that despite appearances to the contrary, all events unfold according to a higher harmony. Continuing to again to breathe in, I attune myself to this unfolding. I release doubt. I exhale fears. I let go of misgivings. I inhale the comfort that Spirit brings me. I am cradled in my human frailty, yet strengthened in my spiritual connection. Breathing in again, I turn to Spirit in all circumstances. I open to the higher good. Breathing in again, this medicine from Spirit. I acknowledge this presence in all my circumstances, and I attune myself to the higher plan. Yes, Spirit, I accept. Thank you, Spirit, for the help. Divine consciousness is attuned to my needs. I am not unheard. Breathing in and taking in that medicine. And exhaling any doubt. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and come back to this space.
Talk to me. Yeah. Ooh. Talk to me. Alone in a room, it's just me and you. I feel so lost, 'cause I don't know what to do. Now what if I choose the wrong thing to do? I'm so afraid of disappointing you. So I need to talk to you and ask you for your guidance, especially today when my world seems so cloudy. Oh, guide me until I'm sure I open up my heart. Oh. Well, my hopes and my dreams are fading fast. I'm so burned out, and I don't think my strength's gonna last. So I'm crying out to you, Lord. Oh, you're the only one who is able to pull me through. So I need to talk to you and ask you for your guidance, especially today when my world seems just a little bit cloudy. Lord, guide me until I'm sure I open up my heart, my heart, my heart. Ooh. So show me how to do things your way. Don't let me make the same mistakes over and over again. Your will be done, and I'll be the one to make sure that it's carried out. And in me, I don't want any doubt. No, that's why I need to talk to you and ask you for your guidance, especially today when my world seems just a little bit cloudy. Won't you guide me until I'm sure I open up my heart, my heart, my heart. All I need to do is hear a single word from you. Guide me until I'm sure I open up my heart, my heart, my heart. Just one word can make a single difference in what I do, Lord, until I'm sure I open up my heart, my heart, my heart. You just say, all you have to do is say one word, one word, one word, one word, one word. Open, open up my heart. You're the lover of my soul, the captain of my sea. I need to talk to you. That's why I open up my heart.
Wow. 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 No, seriously, wow, right? I mean, That's not an easy song. And it was a beautiful arrangement and really beautifully executed. I feel very, very blessed today. I feel like really feeling the presence of my father, my dad, who passed 6 years ago, and he's in heaven now, and I'm sure he's, I just feel him. I feel him. I feel him in the house. Why? Because my uncle is here, and that's my father's brother, and just so blessed, really blessed to have him in my life. You know, he's all that's left of him, kind of, you know? And it's just such a blessing to have him in my life and have him here to hear, you know, this first Sunday. I'm so excited to be here. I love Unity. I love how you love me. I love how you love me. No, I do. Cugino is a cugino, cugina, la famiglia. You know, it's like I am not a Unity minister. I'm an interfaith minister, and an interfaith minister is, I was just explaining this to my uncle Rocky, that it's kind of like a translator at the UN. You know, it's like you can understand all these different languages, but you actually have your own original language, if you will. And so I know a little bit about the languages of various faith practices. But I have to say that at the end of the day, you know, I was baptized Catholic, received my confirmation, and you can never take the Catholic out of me. I don't like when I hear people talking about, I don't know if you've ever heard this expression, I'm a recovering Catholic. And I despise that. I despise that, because the energy of that is telling us that a particular religion is something we need to recover from. I understand that there's a whole bunch of other things that might have happened and gone on, whatever. But the bottom line is I honor the blessings and the grace that I receive from my Catholic rituals and traditions. And so growing up Catholic, I went to Catholic school, and it was all about Lent, right? Lent was so important and so special. I loved going to the Stations of the Cross. I loved Good Friday. In fact, I would sit there as like a 7-year-old or an 8-year-old, and I would cry. I would cry on Good Friday about the crucifixion, you know? So there's so much about my growing up, and there's so much about my faith, that when I'm asked to talk about Lent, it's like I'm in. And anything that Carmela asks me or Darby asks me, I just do it. I do it lovingly and graciously because it's a blessing for me. I don't know if you're getting anything out of it, but I'm getting a lot out of it, right? I am, because I'm being reminded. You know, and I do feel, I love Lent, I embrace Lent. I also really love Ramadan and Passover. You know, so these are the Abrahamic traditions. We have this opportunity to reflect, to go back and do a little bit of an inventory, take a little bit of our spiritual pulse, or our spiritual blood pressure, or our spiritual temperature, you know, to see where are we at? Where am I at? In fact, that's what Jesus did. Right before, you know, the Last Supper happens in the story, Jesus goes into the desert, and he goes to pray. And, you know, in the scripture, you hear about the temptation and stuff like that. And that's true. Like, that happens to us. It happens to me. I get these crises of faith. Can anybody identify? Or am I alone? You know, and sometimes it happens when you lose a loved one. Sometimes it happens when we got some financial fear that comes in. Sometimes it happens when we get maybe, you know, the doctor's got this look on his face. Or my loved one decides that our relationship has an expiration date. Or my boss says that my time here has expired. Or even for this community, right? Even for this spiritual family, this spiritual tribe that's going through a transition, that's going through a bit of a desert. I think that you've had a long desert, and then you've had some oasis in the desert. And now you're a little bit in a desert again. It's kind of like a lobby or a waiting room. And is God listening? Did you ever feel like that? Where are you there? Are you listening? And then Kabir reminds us, when I was doing the meditation, I read about Kabir. Well, Kabir reminds us that God hears anklets on insects. You know what I'm talking about, an anklet? On an insect. That God hears that. So I'm so worried and nervous that God is gone. Where is God? I don't feel God. I don't feel my connection. I feel like I'm in the desert. I feel like I'm in a crisis of faith or a shaman's death almost. You know, the shamans get buried alive, but they live. It's like the witches when they tried to burn the witches. No, it's not like that, but it's kind of like that, a little bit like that, maybe. But we have to experience a death. I'm going to talk about this in the weeks to come. You know, today I'm going to talk about this spiritual desert where I feel dry. Did you ever hear that song, R.E.M., Losing My Religion? I was gonna suggest that, but really only losing my religion, those three words are the only thing that really apply here. Sometimes I feel like that. I'm losing something. But maybe it's just another level. It's another level up. And that's maybe what Jesus was trying to explain to us. In the Gospel of Thomas, which is not a canonical gospel, it's a Gnostic gospel. The Nag Hammadi library. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Okay, that's just humor me. Yes, I do. There's no test. It's just real simple. There were some gospels that were written, but they didn't make it into the the top four, right? For whatever reasons, political, Congress, whatever, doesn't matter. Bottom line is, the Gospel of Thomas, I'm very drawn to, very attracted to. It's the sayings of Jesus. There are sayings in there that Jesus has said and shared that you never heard about before. And he says this to Thomas. He says, "Seek until you find. And when you find, you'll be disturbed." What? "And then you'll be astonished. And then you'll reign over all." What does that mean? We seek for things all the time as humans. When you read my bio, I mean, there's a lot of identities there. You know what? At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. You say a lot of degrees? I have a lot of degrees of illness, too. But all of those identities, they really don't matter. They're cool. They're like clothes I wear, but they're not who I am. Who am I really? You know, who am I really? I'm really a soul. I'm really the soul. The essence of me is really made up of the same ingredients as Source. But unfortunately, or fortunately, I'm a human. And so in this human embodiment, I have a nervous system. And there are things that bother me. There are things that disturb me. Usually the things that are disturbing me are the things that are changing around me. I don't know about you, but I really don't do well with not getting my way. I just don't. I have certain outcomes. I have certain expectations, and when they're not met, I get very upset. I get very disturbed. But then, as Jesus is reminding us in the Gospel of Thomas, Jesus is saying to us, okay, seek those things that don't really matter at the end of the day, and you're going to be disturbed. But when you get it, really get it, that all that matters is God's grace and mercy in my life, that all that really matters is the essence of who I am, untouched by anything that is changing. The body, the mind, the intellect, the personality, these things will go away. I look in the mirror. I met Fred for the first time. I love this man. I feel like I know him. Okay, he's like a relative, right? Fred and I are sharing something in common. Fred and the rest of us are sharing something in common. It's the fact that the clock is ticking. But that doesn't matter. I know you think it does, but it doesn't. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Matter doesn't matter. Matter is illusion, really. Now, that might get a little bit too much for some people. That's okay, because I know me, I like practical. Give me the practical. What does this really mean? I'm going to read to you from this book real quick. And this is a really excellent, excellent book. If you ever have a chance to read it, or if you want to ever do a book club thing here, Hind's Feet on High Places by Hannah Hubbard. Did you ever hear it? Hear of it? Yeah. Well, there's this chapter called The Detour Through the Desert. The main character, it's an allegory. The main character's name is Much Afraid. I identify. I can't help it. It's the Telesco gene that we have that it's like we worry. We're afraid. Much Afraid is the character. And God comes to her as the shepherd and wants to bring her to high places. Don't we want to go to high places? In fact, we can't get to high places unless we go through the desert. We can't get to those high places until we go to the lower places. And sometimes God is dragging us what feels like through the mud. But there's another really beautiful book by Thich Nhat Hanh, No Mud, No Lotus. But God is dragging me through the mud or the desert, and I'm getting a sandstorm around me where I can't see clearly. So here, Much Afraid is like, wait a second, don't lead me into the desert. She says, I don't understand. My guides are telling me that I have to go to the desert, but I thought you told me we were going to higher places. And the shepherd says, very gently, that is my path, Much Afraid, and you are to go down there. So when we're feeling this, when we're feeling like the world is ending, and if you also want to get a good book, it's Adyashanti, The End of Your World. So when you start to feel that it's the end of the world, or you're so confused, and you feel like you're being dragged into this wilderness, like the Sufi poet Rumi says, how can I ever become polished if I'm annoyed by every rub? And so God is dragging us. And I'm gonna end with this quote. And this also was St. John of the Cross, Dark Night of the Soul. In the end, a man tires of everything. It's Women's History Month, I better say, and women, because I have to ride back with Chris in the car later, and she'll be very upset with me. In the end, a person, how's that, tires of everything except heart's desiring, soul's journeying. Whether you're a sultan or a saint, a pickpocket, love has everyone by the ear, dragging us to God by secret ways. So God is dragging us, and sometimes God is dragging us into the desert, into that dark night of the soul, where at that point, Tauba, T-A-U-B-A, happens, which is also Sufi practice of, I'm going to turn back toward God. Like this is actually a good thing. You say, I don't want anything bad to happen to me. I don't want to lose anyone. I don't want to lose my job. I don't want to get IRS audited. I thought it was tax season, I should say that. Nobody wants that. But what if, and I will close with this, God was dragging me through the mud, dragging me through the desert, so that I could experience the oasis. And next week, we'll talk a little bit more about some of the Lenten things, Garden of Gethsemane, the crucifixion of the ego, and the best part of all, hope, the resurrection. Namaste.
Uncle Rocky says, good job. What do you think? So this is the part of the service where we have an opportunity to show our appreciation. So take a second right now and feel the gratitude that you have for everything that just happened, the lesson we got from Reverend Grace, the beautiful music, the people in this room. There's so much love here. And so this is our time to show our financial appreciation. So, oh, I love this. We create abundance by being thankful for what we already have. Yes, that's true. So thank you, ushers. So if you don't have anything to hold physically, there's a green card in the back pocket in front of you. Let's bless what we have to give. And yes, there's lots of ways to give, as you see. Let's go to the blessing, please. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Amen.
This is my prayer in the desert, when all that's within me feels dry. This is my prayer in my hunger and need. My God is the God who provides. This is my prayer in the fire, in weakness or trial or pain. There is a faith proved of more worth than gold, so refine me here in the flame. I will sing praise, I will sing praise. No error thought inside me shall remain. I will rejoice, I will declare, this is my victory and I am healed. Oh, this is my prayer in the desert, when blessings are still on their way. I am the conqueror, co-creator, so firm on this promise I'll stand. I will sing praise, I will sing praise. No error thought inside me shall remain. I will rejoice, I will declare, this is my victory and I am healed. All of my life, in every season, I am still all. I have every reason to sing. I have a reason to worship. Yes, all of my life, in every season, I am still all. I have a reason to sing. I have a reason to worship. Well, all of my life, in every season, I am still all. I have a reason to sing. I have a reason to worship. All of my life, in every season, I am still all. I have a reason to sing. I have a reason to worship. a thought inside me can remain. I will rejoice and I will declare, this is my victory and I am here. I am here, I am here, yeah. I will sing, I will sing. This is my prayer in the harvest, when favor and providence flow. I know I'm filled to be emptied again. The seed I received, I will sow.
Hi, dear friends. So, thank you for being here today. Prayer is so important to Unity, and I would like to ask any prayer chaplains that are serving today to please stand. Thank you so much for your service. These people, yes. These wonderful prayer chaplains are here to support you in prayer after the service. Don't jump up now. Wait. Join us for fellowship after this. We love to be with one another and share and talk and eat. There's a lot of food today. Thank you to the hospitality team for doing such an amazing job. And please, please, please don't forget to sign up for the workshop for Easter. And speaking of Lent and Holy Week, we have amazing activities going on for that Holy Week as well. Maundy, Thursday, Good Friday. There's a lot of beautiful services here. And so now we can say the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. We are the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. We are the love of God. The power of God protects us. We are the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. We are the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Blessings are falling, are falling, are falling. Blessings are falling like a sweet, sweet rain. Blessings are falling, are falling, are falling on me. Beauty is falling, is falling, is falling. Beauty is falling like a sweet, sweet rain. Beauty is falling, is falling, is falling on me. Oh Lord, I receive your blessing. Oh Lord, I receive your grace. Oh Lord,
forevermore, forevermore.
Blessings are falling, are falling, are falling. Blessings are falling like a sweet, sweet rain. Blessings are falling, are falling, are falling on me. Beauty is falling, is falling, is falling. Beauty is falling like a sweet, sweet rain. Beauty is falling, is falling, is falling on me. Oh Lord, I receive your blessing. Oh Lord, I receive